Hello, the game has started. It's my opponent to go first. I have a great rack and I'll definitely be bingoing. Just looking if I have a bingo beginning with an I, an ISO word. I might just go with, I can't see a bingo either beginning or ending with an I. I'll just go with isolate for 67. I draw the J and the X. I have je, J-E-U-X. And that currently plays in column F for 43. Pretty good rack leave. Opponent bingos for 94. I now have XU here for 52, or Exiat for 60. I'll go with Exiat for 60. Actually, $52, 8 fewer points. I have a possible play of Egypt if I draw an I. Is this board good for the J if I was to hang on to it? Suppose Junta. I don't like the rack leave after Exiat. Does take out that, but it creates floaters. It's tricky. I think I'm going to go for the score. Exiat for 60. Okay, I have Bajou and Juba through the A. That would get rid of the non-bingo-y tiles. Bajou for 15. Doesn't score very well. I don't draw the A for, well, I do have Junta, but not for much. Okay, opponent plays Gloom. Can I get my J to play on the triple and then extend down to the double word? Not seeing a way of doing that. I have Jin on my rack, DJIN. Do I have a 5-letter J play there? That's what I'm looking at. I have Jib here for 28. I don't mind this rack leave too much. What about jug for 27? No, I want to get rid of that B as well. Jib for 28. Okay, that looks quite good. I have the ing ending, duetting through the T. Ungated, I think, is good as well through the A. Okay, vagary. Anything through the S. Dungiest. That's going to get doubled. Do I have something through the I? Not seeing a play as a double-double through the I. I think dungiest looks fine. 474. I draw the F and the Y for score. My F does play next to the Y, likely to be taken as it is a hot spot. Okay, opponent does bingo there. Coregi. I can't play oaf here. I do have F here for 41. I'm not likely to score more than 41, I don't think. And it is a hot spot, so yeah. I draw the B and the W. I have Yowie on my rack. Looking at BL plays. Not seeing a great option. ER, only my E that goes off, or my A. So I'll focus my attention at the top here. Just looking at 5-letter plays. Opponent likely to play at the top. Gaby, 30. Jibe is good. Y for 29. Looking at a WH play, not seeing anything apart from YO, but I need a 5-letter play. Yowie, what else is here? Bowie. Just not seeing many great players. I'm sure there must be something through that C. I'm only seeing... Okay, opponent takes that spot. Looking at HE plays, not seeing many. I have BY here. 28. Gives back some score underneath and not a great rack leave. It is a decent score though. Just wanted to get rid of another vowel. What about Buai 20? No. I've got to be able to score more than 20, surely. Oh, Buai is good with a Y. So that is 26. That is better. And I could potentially play wine if I pick up an N. WHINE. Wow. I'm going with Buai. I do draw the N. I really hope that spot remains available. That'll be a monster score of 64 points. Really hoping that plan comes to fruition. If opponent does take that spot, okay, he's bingoed for 59. Wine for 64. I draw the F and the V, and I have feet here for 32. That's a hot spot, especially with the Z unplayed. So if opponent has the Z now, that's gonna hurt basically. I really do have to play in this spot if opponent doesn't. Okay, he's probably thought the same as me, that he had to remove the Z danger. Now I need to look at other options. Opponent has a slight lead. I have fate here for 25. How many? 3 A's to come. I have Aleph, A-L-E-F, and Earth. If I hang on to E-F, I could draw the A. If there's a good V spot, I might try that. Jib only takes the E or the S. No, I think I need to go for score while it's available. Privado, but not privato. The V and the O. If I can get rid of VO, it's quite a nice rack leaf, but not exactly a bingo friendly board. The I guess, is a useful floater. I have VoIP 421. My opponent plays Gulp. Zell and Luz are options there. What's my best score here? I'm quite low on time. I might go with VoIP. Hope to draw the Z. I don't draw the Z. I have Talak, but I feel the spot will be taken for the Z. 36-point play. Any alternative Q spots? Trank through an N. Cat. I have cat on the rack, but that doesn't seem to play. Don't have an I. Well, it does actually play here, but for far fewer points than Talak. Opponent scores well there. 13 points between us. Emure is good, but not Emurer. Demurer from a D, but I think if opponent goes out in 2 he might well have the game. Looking at plays where I can maximize. Lem, no good. Incur. And he'll go out with N. So I don't think incur is a word. No, I had to try it because it's a lost game anyway. Yeah, 1 minute 30. No fancy play onto lid. rump here. That's about the best I could see for 22. And opponent will go out. Lin, AI and Earn, I think, is the best he's got. Tonal and In, but I still think, yeah, Lin scores more. Wow, so pretty exciting game there, close at the finish. That ads play really kind of put the nail in the coffin, I think. 55 pointer. Nice find by opponent. Just waiting for him to play his final 2 tiles. Just check that my opponent is still there. Very peculiar. He's won the game and he just has to play his I and N, which play in a number of different spots. So not sure if he's lost contact or just looking for the highest spot. But if he doesn't respond within a minute, the game will end anyway. So we'll just see if he does play out. Perhaps he's gone for a cup of tea. Anyway, just 30 seconds to go and then the game ends automatically, and then we can have a look at what we missed and analyze the last few games, the last few words of the game, just to see if there was a potential win with that final rack. I couldn't see an outplay with the E, but perhaps there was one. So that's the end of the game. So opponent for some reason just dropped out. Anyway, I accept that he did win the game, even though it says he forfeit on time. Let's have a look at what we missed. So congrats to opponent there. I'll just tell him thank you, good game, if he does come back. And let's have a quick look. Right, so did was best for opponent, and then isolate seems fine for 69, highest score. Thielen's for 94, nice find by opponent for a 4-timer. Exiat for 60. So the top play was actually XU, which I contemplated. I liked the rack leave, but I just thought, yeah, I don't know. If I draw a C onto that rack, then I have eject as well. So, yeah. Or an I gives me eject. So, I don't know. Not much in it if you look at the equity scores. So, happy with X yet. Gloom for 25 was best for opponent. Jib for 28, but Bunt for 32 at H1. Ah, look at that. There was a 5-letter play. JI, not a great rack leave. Happy with Jib. Equity scores are pretty much identical. So that was alright. Vagary for 42, keeping O blank. That's a really good play. Vavasori. Wow, never seen that word before. That was playable through the S. Opponent went with Vagary, and that I had Dungiest for 74. Duetting, I did spot through the T, but Dungiest definitely was the best score. Geophilic, very nice, through LI. Geophilic, look at that, through LI. Coregi was also a great find, and that played alongside Dungiest for 85. And F for 41 seemed okay. Year got rid of an extra vowel for, yeah, perhaps I should have played year for 1 point less and getting rid of the extra vowel. Crook for 36 seems fine for opponent. And then Way for 36 at 2M. Ah, W-E-Y. I was thinking of W-Y-E, and I thought K-E no good, but I didn't even think to play Way. So Way would have been way better than what... Actually, Buai wasn't bad. It was 26, and it took out the hotspot. Realness for 62. Slenters was fine through the T. Realness through the A, getting the word doubled. Okay. And then my plan of wine was realized and came about. I was happy with that. Upwind for 24 or for 28. So good scoring by opponent there. He also took out what I saw to be a Z danger. And then Fate for 25 was the highest score. But Oft with a better rack leave at M8. Okay, Oft. Not bad. Didn't give much back to opponent and only 1 point less. Yeah, there were no O's to come, so I made a note of that, and I didn't feel too bad keeping an O. And there were only 2 I's to come. And then opponent with this rack goes unzip for 32, but went with Gulp. Gulp looks fine, and then planned to hit home hard with the Z once he had a more flexible rack, which is what I would have done too. No bingo here. Close, but the V just restricting options. VoIP for 23. I played it for 21. Oh, F4. Oh, of course, getting the parallel play and pod. VoIP, okay. Extra 2 points, but didn't make a huge difference to the outcome. Adds 55. This is what really killed me. So we kind of neck and neck here. 55 point play. Perhaps I should have identified that. And just want to see what that VoIP rack... So maybe a play of Apo, because at this stage we're approaching the end game, and I should have identified Z hotspots, assuming my opponent had the Z, and the Q I should have also factored in, but the Z more than the Q because of its flexibility and high scoring potential. So Apo, I think, would have been a decent play. Vowel consonant balance pretty equal, so I wouldn't have minded just keeping the I as a vowel. So Apo, yeah, that takes out the Z hotspot. I went with VoIP, and then opponent had that 55-point Z play. Now Talak for 36 was best. Incur for 21 was opponent's play. Rumpia was best for 22, so didn't have a higher scoring play. And then opponent kind of lost contact at the end with IN, which he could have played Lin there, or in. He had a number of spots. Anyway, that was the end of the game. Hope you enjoyed watching that one, and I will see you next time.